I should probably open this up on my phone so I can see, I can actually view the chat. This is a little more difficult than I thought it would be, having to maintain all of this. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm really, gotta be honest. Struggling a little bit over here.
Saying I'm still too low, but he can hear me.
Okay.
There's a lot of mics involved, so we're just trying to get all the levels right.
Yeah, the part of the problem is video capture. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So the problem here.
It's crazy how my most successful streams lately have been have been Skyrim, and that's with new people showing up saying that they're just starting it, and that's again a decade later. It's just, you can tell that a game is done right when they make 3-4 different remasters and people are still coming back to it for the first time because the previous decade was like, you should try this game out.
Yeah, 100%. All right, let's throw a little footage up in the background here of the old Skyrim while we're talking about it. A little bit of that modded Skyrim here.
And that was beautiful, my friend.
How's the audio now, Sergeant? I turned him up. He should be a little louder now.
Let us know.
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
All right, there we go.
That classic Bethesda.
A classic Bethesda plan there. Yeah, so the main thing, like you were saying, the adventure, and like, even though it feels like I know everything that's going to be around every corner, I feel like it's still a surprise. Cause I mean,
every time I stream, I think I learn something new, either by somebody coming in and doing it, or me just exploring again. It's crazy.
Yeah, 100%. Oh my god, dude, I can't seem to be able to do this all at once.
It's all good.
We're gonna get it though. We'll figure it out next time. Alright, back to some Skyrim here. We'll fast forward.
Do a mark some volume levels so you remember.
Yep, exactly.
Get it right.
It's the main thing is that I'm still used to PS4, and I hold down the button to pull up my quick menu.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Instead of clicking it to pull up the quick menu, because it's the opposite of what the PS4 was. Thank you, Sergeant. I appreciate I got him up now though. We should be good.
Yeah, just keep letting us know, for sure. What you got playing in the background here? Some
I've got I'm at Riverwood right now. Yeah. I'm doing like the intro quest, showing off Riverwood a little bit. I think we're about to travel to the old Whiterun. This right here is what I am the most proud of, is my modded Whiterun, just because it has.
You said most of the other ones all look the same though, right?
So all of them except for Windhelm are modded. Windhelm's the only one I couldn't find a working mod for. So I touched up the gray quarters in Windhelm, and added some more like Morrowind vibe to it. But I have not. I can't find a working mod for like the whole city type thing.
Have you met my father? He's a steward up at Dragon's Reach.
And that's one thing I've never done, guys, is I've never actually played modded Skyrim before. I've been playing the base game basically for the last decade myself, and again, I find myself getting lost, spending more time playing the game than I anticipate, regret turning the system off because I want to usually keep playing. And for a game to do that 10 years later is absolutely insane. I want to usually get on my Skyrim stream as soon as possible, just because I know I'm going to end up spending more hours than I anticipate playing.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. I got something better. Some better footage to throw up in the background here.
Yeah, man, that Whiterun looks so pretty.
Wait until you see this. There we go. Alright. This is good footage because I'm kind of just walking around.
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Blades, helmets.
Yeah, let me get that out of there. Make sure that's not playing anymore. Just do the classic PS home screen noise. You know, that's a nice mellow, chill background noise because
the horse doing a little moonwalk back there. Did you catch that? Look at it.
I did. I saw that, dude. You gotta. That's the classic. That's the classic Bethesda bug right there. Is the moonwalk.
Yeah, the NPC. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to with the next addition to an adventure into our classic place we call Tamriel.
Yep.
We want live NPCs. We want better interaction with them. We don't want them to talk about the arrows in the knee 100 million times. It'll be, I think it's going to be pretty epic. The fact that they've, this game has been out, Skyrim's been out for as long as it has. They have probably been putting ideas into Elder Scrolls 6 the whole time. I mean, I can't wait, man.
Yeah, 100%. Elder Scrolls has been, since Skyrim's been released, even though they've released Fallout 4, Shelter, and Blades, and 76.
We don't need to even mention Shelter.
Dude, Shelter did well, dude. I liked Fallout Shelter.
Shelter was 70. So Shelter was much better than 76.
Well, yeah, it was better than. I mean, did you see or play any of the Blades, the Elder Scrolls Blades, that mobile game?
Yeah. No, I didn't actually.
So
I'm sorry.
That game, it was kind of interesting, and I actually thought it looked amazing. It looked really good for a mobile game. But dude, it's just riddled with microtransactions, more so than any other game Bethesda's ever put out. So this is how it goes. So this is the craziest microtransaction. So you're only allowed to open so many chests a day. I don't remember what the actual number was, so I'll say 5. So even though every time you get done a dungeon, you have you get a chest, you can only unlock 5 a day, and the only way to unlock more is to pay.
Oh my god, that's absurd.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the crazy. But I think now that Bethesda is with Microsoft's 100% against microtransactions basically in most of their AAA games. So I'm pretty sure that's. I mean, Elder Scrolls Online's already getting reworked. They're redoing even the what is it, loot boxes or whatever that are in Elder Scrolls Online now have to be earnable in game. They can't only be external purchase only anymore.
That's what you should. I feel like you should definitely do some streaming of Elder Scrolls Online because I want to watch you play that. That's
I haven't played that in years.
I've never played, so I've always been interested in how they've worked, how they've worked Elder Scrolls lore into that because
that I gotta give them. They did.
Elder Scrolls fan.
Yeah, they did a good job with that. They I mean, it's cool because you get to visit every Providence in Tamriel, so you get to go, from Morrowind all the way over to the Somerset Isles. And everything in between, so it is cool. The first thing I did was obviously I went into Skyrim to see what Skyrim and ESO looked like compared to Skyrim in the game, and there are some landmarks that are similar, and look very similar. But ESO is 2 whole eras before Skyrim. So ESO is way back in the past. It's before Morrowind. The only game that goes before ESO, I think, is the Daggerfall Arena.
Really?
Yeah. All the other games are after ESO. I'm pretty positive.
Wow. Okay.
All right. So, kind of keeping with the whole Elder Scrolls 6, I mean, definitely the biggest thing that I think every fan wants is just a new engine. We're done with the creation engine. All right, it's had its 20 plus years of making games. Let's move on to the Unreal Engine or create a new engine. Or, I mean, I'm not against the creation engine if they can actually get rid of these. You know what I mean? There's always the same 10 bugs that are in every Bethesda game because of the creation engine.
Yeah, not to mention just the shoddy combat overall. It just you stand in place basically the same way. You can end up moonwalking everywhere. The yeah, I agree, man. I'm ready to see what Bethesda can do with an upgraded engine overall. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, hey, did you see that puddle?
I did not.
it was beautiful.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, nice and cornered.
Yeah, no, it's
puddle.
It's dude, the mod on Solitude there is crazy. It adds like 52 extra buildings to the city.
Yep. You know what it reminded me of is some Skyrim Skycraft.
Oh.
Skyrim mixed with Minecraft.
Yeah, there you go. This one's weird too, cause like all the ladderways and stuff are like a little bit janky. Now that the additional buildings don't quite fit in there, you know what I mean? Because obviously they weren't meant for those buildings, but the modder did a really good job. How
does the story interact with the mods? Does it interfere at all?
So on Sony, not really at all, because Sony mods don't have any external assets. So if it wasn't in the game already, it can't be used for a mod. Whereas on like Microsoft and PC, people can, voice their own lines and insert it into mods. They can do all kinds of things. So there's not really, there's two decent mods that are alternate starts, so you can kind of like skip the whole, prisoner intro or whatever, and the cart and everything. You can skip all that, and there's like two. So that's the only thing that kind of changes the story. But other than that, and I haven't tried them all the way through. I haven't tried them out yet, so I don't know how much those change the story. Like, I don't know if it changes like the whole main quest altogether and it gets rid of it and it adds another quest. Because like each of my city mods have quests that are added, but the only way you can access those quests are through like journals and like notes and stuff. So it's all written.
Yeah, little handwritten notes left at inns and taverns and crap like that.
Yeah, so that's the only way Sony can do additional quests. Whereas, Microsoft and PC, like Xbox and PC, they can do the sky's the limit for them.
Mm-hmm. They can add NPCs in.
Yep, exactly. No, I think actually my two favorite mods that I have, honestly, and they're probably the two smallest mods, but the one that I love is Clouds Be Gone. So when you look at like the world map, there's no clouds.
Yeah, you mentioned that when I was over there. That was nice.
So yeah, not only can you see like all the icons, you can see the detail of the map a lot better, but you can see outside of the Skyrim borders. So like it shows like Ash Mountain, it shows like you can kind of see like the Ghost Sea is all clear now, so you can see up there and stuff. It'll pop up here.
Yeah, the Ghost Sea is what leads to the Akavar or whatever.
Yep.
The northern continent.
But yeah, so the map's popping up right now, and I'm kind of just showing off the map. But yeah, you can see, I mean, obviously you see where like they just stopped putting detail, but there's like quite a bit of detail on the outside of the Skyrim borders that they put in now that I got rid of the clouds or whatever.
Yeah, that is pretty neat, man.
But yeah, if you go all the way to the right, you can see like all of Morrowind, you can see like Ash Mountain and stuff, and then if you look down, you can see Cyrodiil below Skyrim.
That's awesome, dude. I would really like to see Ash Mountain.
Is it
Ash Mountain or it's Red Mountain, right?
Oh, Red Mountain. Yeah, that's right. You're right. Yeah, Red Mountain. Correct.
Mr. Dagother.
Yeah.
Him and his goofy mask.
Yeah, right. No, I'm definitely excited for. I mean, I guess the only part of Elder Scrolls 6 I'm not excited for is it possibly being an Xbox exclusive, because I don't own an Xbox.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, and I was like, obviously that's gonna pop up during this podcast. It's like, what are you gonna do? Being such a fan of that universe, what is one to do if you don't own that? Like, do you buy that just to play that game?
I think financially it depends. Is a big part of where we're at, or where anybody's at financially at that time.
Yep. It's hard to say, but at the same time, like, that's when you go, man, owning a PC might be the best way to go going forward, and it's like,
yes, that's where I think if I do it, I'll probably Game Pass it because I have, I'm streaming on the PC and stuff like that. So that's probably the route I'd go if I have to. Is I'd more likely Game Pass it rather than buying an entire system just to play like 2 games.
it's so savage that they do that to you.
I mean, I guess I don't know, because part of me thought about like, okay, if I do buy the system, I could get the Series S. It is, it's only $300. It's not that bad, but it is significantly worse than the Series X. It is definitely like you're not getting 4K. You're not getting. I mean, not that 4K matters, but even depending on. So they're not gonna do DLSS or any like, I don't know if you know what like machine learning is or like AI upscaling and stuff that like graphics cards can do on PC. I don't know if you're familiar with that stuff at all.
Not as much.
So like Nvidia has it's DLSS, which is deep learning super sampling, and that is what makes that's what makes games look 4K, even though like the output resolution is 1440p, but on screen
that's what does the super sampling mode for like my PS4 Pro.
So yeah, it's similar. So PS4 or Sony, they do checkerboarding, which is a little bit different because basically what DLSS does is it almost puts 2 images over each other. And one of them is absence of color, and one of them is like fully detailed, and then it's able to like merge those 2 images together. I mean, I'm not explaining it very well at all, and I probably sound like a super fool.
That's like what NASA does for like
turn up key
star images and crap like that. They take multiple images and basically overlay them in a computer to get a more detailed image.
Yeah. Turn up key some more. Hang on a second. I can do that.
Gotta hear the Keefe. I just moved my mic a little bit closer to my face.
Yeah, you're gonna get an echo now, brother. I'm sorry. It's the only way I can make you loud enough. Hang on a second. Let me try doing.
I'm just gonna have to try to not talk over. But I can definitely I can hear myself, but it's all good.
As long as like you can't hear yourself, and then like on your end it also picks up on your, you know what I mean? Then it's just like an endless loop. As long as we don't get that, we should be fine.
Yeah, I don't have that yet.
Let me try something else here too. Let me try turning down.
I can also try to turn down my mic again. Down to devices.
There we go. Oh, I think I might have got it. I'm gonna disable that background music. And then now you should be good.
Let me adjust microphone.
There we go. Alright. Sergeant, my friend. Let me know how it's going now.
Check. How's this sound? Hello?
Dude, did he bail? I'm still here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't hear myself echo, so let me know if I turn my mic down.
Okay. And I turned you up, so we'll see if that works.
But yeah, I don't hear an echo.
That's good. That's good. Live chat. Still a little faint, but it's better. Okay. We'll have to keep working on it. Hang on a second. I might just listen. Let me listen, so I can. Let me turn up my phone.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15.
Listen, I don't know what Sergeant's talking about. Dude needs to get his hearing aid checked because you sound just fine, brother.
Maybe we just got it right at the end.
Maybe it's true. That could be it too. But either way, Sergeant, you might need to crank your hearing up, my friend. All right, you need to go ahead and get that shit checked. But all right. So we've been kind of rambling about Skyrim and Elder Scrolls for a little while, which I mean, God, I could honestly sit here for 3 hours and probably talk about Elder Scrolls lore and stuff like that.
Exactly. You can play and talk about it more than you anticipate to do.
Oh, absolutely.
It happens every time.
Every single time. That's why that's the essence of what started it. The conversation is like it's just. I mean, it does each time it loses a little bit of magic. You know what I mean? Each time you go through and play it again.
Yeah. This will probably be the last time that I play through it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that too. Unless
this new character that I have.
Yep. The one that you started for your live stream or whatever.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, dude. I was watching it, man, and this is where you and I play Skyrim. I think part of it, I might get more into exploits and doing shit like that if I didn't mod.
Mm-hmm.
But because like once I'm bored with the game, I start modding. Whereas you go out and you look for exploits. Dude, I watch you do those exploits, and I'm like, how can that even be fun? That's an ancient dragon that he just one-tapped. Like, that's the strongest thing in the game, and he just one-tapped it. Where you go from here? He's level 13. He's already one-tapping. Like, what the fuck's... I mean, no, you're way higher than that, but still.
Dude, yeah, I had 3 missions done, which is basically the get out, go to Whiterun and talk to the Jarl.
Yeah.
And then and like 14 miscellaneous objectives done, and I'm level 68 and got I don't know, enchanting 100, smithing 100 like twice. Alchemy has hit 100 probably 5 or 6 times now.
Nice.
It's just so crazy what you can do.
Absolutely.
Like you said, like once you just get bored, you just start looking for stuff to do. And like here's again, you learn something new. So somebody was like, "Hey, pick up a platter and run through a wall," and I'm like, "All right, I'll give it a shot." And what do you know? Pick up a platter and you freaking run right at it, and you go through a damn wall, and you're outside of a wall in Whiterun. It's like, damn,
what?
Dude. You never saw me do that?
No, I must not have seen that one. That's crazy.
Oh, I wish I could. I wish I knew exactly where that was. Let me try to find it on my one of my streams here.
Was that like a recent one, or was it one of the earlier ones?
Yeah, like I said, I just learned how to do it. It's gonna be in like one of the last 2 that I used the trick. I guarantee you I used it in the last one with all the people that showed up and decided they wanted to come out from under their bridge and troll.
Probably, dude. Probably. Alright. So, as much as I love talking about Skyrim, I think let's go ahead and move on a little bit from here. It's almost been a half an hour to be talking about Elder Scrolls. So let's talk about some Assassin's Creed.
Yes, sir.
I'm always down for a little Assassin's Creed.
You go ahead and lead into it, and I'll do my review that I told you I was gonna do after.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. I'll start off. I got one of your live streams just playing in the background or whatever for background, showing off a little AC Valhalla there. Do you have the Pro or do you have the standard PS4?
I have the Pro.
So you're playing on the Pro. Okay. So yours is still. Do they have the 60 FPS option on the Pro at 1080p?
Dude, I feel like over the last couple of updates that they've done, it will play almost it'll play in 60 FPS.
It just feels smoother. Nice. That's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
So my thoughts on I'll broaden it as Assassin's Creed to start. Assassin's Creed is another series great game franchise that is near and dear to my heart, just like Elder Scrolls.
Thinking about getting that tattoo too as one of my tattoos.
That's a good one. Should keep like one whole like section of your arm like all dedicated to like gaming stuff or whatever, and then if you want to do something different, you can put it on like a different part. I mean, of course, it's your body, do what you want. I just think it would be cool to group them all together.
I agree to have like a part of your like being dedicated to the franchises that have honored your playing over your years.
Yep. Dude, whenever you want to go get a tattoo, though, I'll be down. I'll get another tattoo. I'll probably.
I don't have one yet, and that's the thing.
I only have the one tattoo. I designed an entire sleeve and just never went through with it. I got broke more than, it wasn't so much the desire as it was the, financial issues of buying a $12,000 to $2,000, tattoo, all said and done.
For sure.
But okay, so Assassin's Creed, yes, it's another franchise that I absolutely love. I think it has ups and downs. I think, overall, okay, let's start with Assassin's Creed prior to the RPG format. So prior to Origins, I'm going to talk about Assassin's Creed there first, and then I'll talk about like post Origins for a second. So pre-Origins, pretty much love every single game. There's a couple games that here and there that I thought Rogue was a little I thought 3 was kind of, I love the environment of 3, but I thought the story was kind of pretty cringy at times.
Not to mention Connor was the biggest dick of any assassin.
Dude, he's just like such a pussy too. Like I was like, dude, you're like a ruthless Native American that grew out with like wolves, dude, and you're a little bitch. I don't get it.
Yeah. And then like anytime somebody objected to his opinion, he's just like, well, fine, I'll kill you.
Oh, okay. You disagree? Yeah, I think we should put the fork on the left side and the spoon on the right. Okay, just go ahead and look over there in that corner real quick.
Yeah, turn around for me. Turn around. Let me know what you think of that cup over there.
Yeah, 100%, dude. But I think as the way the game's connected and the way the story folded into each other from one game to the next, and like the modern era story, I think was better done pre-Origin. I think anybody can agree with that. Post-Origin, the modern day was just kind of a mess. Valhalla definitely did a good job on like deep diving into the modern and actually making it seem relevant rather than just like a tacked on thing. They definitely did better in Valhalla for sure for the modern day.
Again, one thing that you'll hear from me is that I think one thing that they did, in my opinion, again, for Valhalla is the story. The best thing that they did for that game.
Yeah. Oh, it's tough. It's between Origins and this one. I think, like I said in my review, if I could have bulldozed through the story.
Origins, in my opinion, is probably my favorite one. But the best thing that they did for Valhalla was the story.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'll get into that.
We'll once we get into your little review there, we'll dive deeper into that. But I definitely like. I mean, Origins definitely went back on some of the lore. So depending on if you're a diehard AC fan or not, Origins pissed some people off. So believe me, I hear you all out there. I get it. Okay, I get it. But I loved Origins. I thought Bayek was phenomenal, man.
After Ezio, Bayek is my favorite assassin.
Yeah, absolutely. And then is it Aya or A? How do you say her name?
Aya.
It is Aya. Yeah, I would play a game with her.
Yeah,
absolutely,
for sure, dude.
Would absolutely.
A lot of people thought that a sequel to Origins was going to happen and that it was going to involve Aya.
Yeah.
There was a lot of talk at the time of that happening, and of course Ubi had to just drop a character again and just pick up a random person instead of following through with a story on a character like an Ezio story.
Yep. It's I feel like that was really the only time they ever really like had like true sequels was like in the beginning. And then it was just time jump after time jump after time jump, you know what I mean? And it wasn't even chronological time jump. Like it'd be 200 years ahead, and then it would go back 50 years and jump 100 years, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like
I think that's when they lost a lot of their story, was in those time jumps, going back and forth and having to try to find a way to get history to work and that Isu connection to work consistently as well. With like every every game having an end of the world concept, you know?
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's like, all right, we gotta save the world, but didn't we just do that? Like, I swear to God, like a month ago.
Yeah, it's like not everything has to be save the world. Sometimes it just has to be like, this dude is just, you know, being an asshole to the surrounding people. Let's just kill him.
I mean,
And he's got a lot
maybe
of money.
maybe it doesn't have to be about killing. Maybe the guy's just, you know, in a funk and he wants to progress and become a better human being. Why don't we see that story? Okay.
We get the feel good narrative assassin.
That's what I'm talking about. We get a pacifist assassin. That's what we're gonna get. So no violence. Yeah, a monk assassin, exactly.
Dude, Shaolin monk assassin. Why not?
Titty, that'd be sick. I mean, dude, the Asian. I am curious if, because I don't know the next one. I'm curious if they're holding off on doing Asian because of how successful Ghost of Tsushima is.
Well, here's my take on making an Asian Assassin's Creed. It doesn't have to be Oriental.
Well, no, it could be Indian. Yeah, no, I mean, it could be Middle Eastern,
and
Egyptian.
That's what I was gonna hit on, dude. Is I want an Indian Assassin's Creed personally.
Yeah, the dude from
Syndicate.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a cool character.
Because didn't Evie and him get married and have a kid?
I know they got together. Maybe I didn't see, I'll be perfectly honest with you. At that point, I was pretty like AC'd out, and I did Google the end of. I didn't actually play the end of Syndicate. I just Googled it. Like, dude, I played
what
like
is that? Two or three or four of them now that you've done that.
This one it was Valhalla and Syndicate, the only two games that I've had to Google the end because I just like I had other games on my plate that I wanted to play, and I was pretty burnt out because like last year I played like 4 Assassin's Creed games all in like the summer, like one after another, and then Syndicate was the last one, and I was like, wow, dude, I'm burnt out.
So I think you saw what I did. I mean, all of pretty much 2018 and 2019 was nothing but Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, like, that's what I said. Like, you are definitely way more dedicated to the series, and I don't know how you do it, man. I prefer first person so much more than third person. Is another reason why I get kind of sick of the AC series. I am a first person guy all the way. That's why I love Elder Scrolls. That's why I thought it was the best choice ever for Cyberpunk, which we'll talk about later. But a lot of people hate the Cyberpunks in first person after, you know, The Witcher being in third person, and I get it because it's a looter shooter. You want to see what your guy looks like, blah blah blah. But I was like, dude, you're in the menu every 15 seconds. You tell me you don't know what your guy fucking looks like? He's right there in the menu. He's
balls out.
Yeah, like, dude, like people are like, oh, I never see my character. I'm like, no, dude, you're just finding something to bitch about. Like, I know I'm getting off topic right now, but like, don't get me wrong, like, CD Projekt Red did dirty, dude. They manipulated people, they lied, they hid facts. There's no doubt that they fucked up. But
yeah, they got sued for it.
Yeah, dude, they're still getting. I mean, it's not even on PlayStation Store, dude. I'm probably like one of like 50 people in the world that own it on a Sony console. You know what I mean? But yeah, actually, I heard and I didn't take advantage of it. I heard you actually could get a refund for the game and still keep it. I didn't find that out until like a month after like reading back on the story or whatever, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I was like, "I could have got my money back and beat the game." Oh, I fucked up.
For sure, man.
But yeah, no, I mean, so overall, I'll wrap up what I was saying. I think Valhalla is. I think it's a turning point. I think if they continue with the modern day and the storytelling and like keeping more to the core lore, and they stay on that path, I'm fine with it staying RPG, and I'm fine with doing that stuff. Just they gotta segment off side activities from main. You gotta be able to, if you want to, powerhouse the main story in 40 hours. Like, you had to put in like 80 hours to beat this game, and I think that's a mistake with Valhalla. But yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna take a piss break and a smoke break, and then we'll get right back into this, guys. I'm gonna leave this playing. I'm not sure Keefe might keep you guys entertained for the next 5 minutes, but I'll be back in just a moment.
Hello?
Yeah, I told you I was on a piss break.
Oh.
I was taking a.
Dude,
Did you not hear that? You didn't hear it at all? Oh my god. Yeah, no.
I think you muted before you said what you were gonna say or something.
Hang on 1 second here. Ugh, my controller keeps shutting off because I'm an idiot.
But yeah, like all of a sudden it was like dead. I thought like something died or something.
No. Nothing like that. Nothing like that, my friend. Okay, there we go.
All right.
Back to it.
That's gonna look funny on camera.
Yep, 100%. But hey, that's
Dude,
what
I'm like, hello.
I know. I saw the live chat. That's why I ran back and grabbed the mic real quick. But yeah, no, I'm gonna take a smoke break real quick if you want to keep these guys entertained for the next 3 minutes, and then I'll be right back.
All right. So yeah, guys. With us talking about AC Valhalla, I decided that I was gonna do a little review for the game, since I have played pretty much every Assassin's Creed, at least the main games. I haven't done the Chronicles, but that's about it. I'm gonna give the game like a score that I have out of 10, and if I would recommend the game. And so what I'm gonna say is I'm gonna give this game, honestly, a 6 out of 10. Because there was a lot of anticipation with this game being the third part of the Origins Odyssey Valhalla series. Usually they do 2 or 3 games with the same idea, being like Rogue and Black Flag, being Brotherhood and Revelations, like that kind of thing.
All right, I am back.
All right, so I was actually starting my review of the game.
Perfect. I'll sit back and I will listen, and I'm gonna throw your video back up on.
Basically, what I said is I'm gonna give this game a 6 out of 10.
Damn.
And if I would recommend it, I would still absolutely recommend somebody playing it if they like an open world that doesn't have as much, but is still a good story-based game.
Okay.
So, obviously, I'll touch on the graphics. Obviously, even on a PS4, not even on a PS5, the graphics are unreal. One of my favorite things to do is use the photo mode and have fun tweaking certain aspects and photos and getting good photos to share with my friends, most average being one of them.
Yeah, actually, I've seen some of them because I could see them on, like, when I was playing. I could see them on, like, the world map or whatever, and
yeah,
you were so much better at that photo mode. I mean, you probably put more time into it than I did, but dude, you made some, like, fucking killer photos, dude.
Yeah, I shared one on Jor Raptor's Discord, and he shared it on one of his videos.
Oh, were you one of the at the end or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, I must not have. I'll have to go back and watch to see which episode I missed, and I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. I can't remember which one it is. I'll try to find it.
Because I know I saw the one that you were on, doing like the exploit or whatever, getting into Odin's cave, I think.
Well, the dev box.
Dev box, that's what it was. Dev box.
Yeah, it was when they released the river raids, and they started the idea of putting boxes out of what they thought was out of the reach of people. I don't know if it has to do with Reddish Shop, or if it's, an item that they intend to give you later on during DLC, or, I don't know. Nobody knows the exact meaning behind the boxes or why they put them.
Yep.
As what they called placeholder boxes.
They're gone now, though, right?
Those ones are.
Yeah.
I found another one. Well, the community found another one, and I went and got that too.
Nice.
Called a Dev Box 4, and of course, there was nothing. There was nothing in that one, but the fact is that it was still what they called a placeholder box, put somewhere out of the reach of the normal map that you can interact with, and so it's strange, to say the least.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun, and Jor Raptor did share my video on how to get one of the ones that they put out before the patch. which was really cool. Shout out to Jor, thank you.
Yeah,
That was
definitely.
awesome.
Huge shout out, man. That's so awesome, especially for like being a you know a young channel and stuff. Getting because Joe Raptor's a big channel, great channel.
At that point I was single digit subscribers.
Yeah.
And not that I'm much more now, but legit like 4 times more than I had.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
But yeah, so back to the Valhalla review. So the graphics again, one of my favorite parts of the game, other than the story. Again, I love sometimes I don't even fast travel in the game, and I hate the horse as much as I don't like the fast travel. I hate the horse because getting onto the horse is sometimes a nightmare if you just whistle and call it. But I digress. So he just going and instead of fast traveling and making more time to play the game by, you know, going and using your horse between the locations is one of the main ways to enjoy the game more. Is don't make everything about fast travel. Put your follow road on and you know, every time you come across a group of enemies, challenge yourself to kill them or something. So it's like you can make the game longer and you can enjoy it more if you find little things to do here and there. Say you know you're running through the wilderness, you come across, you know, an ore or two, so you put your raven up and bought like 7 more. So you just do that right you know, right before you you know, you do the mission. So you add 5 to 10 minutes onto your mission time. So there's little things here and there that I like to do to add fun to the game, add some RPG feel to it, add some exploration, and continue to do the mission even though I know that it's only, you know, sometimes it's the only mission that I have to do for the day because I've already beat the game. So, I mean, you can do that too with main missions as well, and just try to enjoy the game a little bit more. Just to enjoy the visual aspect of it as a whole, and see, you know, all the things that it has to offer. My biggest hate when it comes to the graphics and the feel of the game is when you're in bushes and stuff like that. I hate how the branches bend. They don't actually like, they like form instead of actually bending like they're supposed to. So that's my biggest hate when it comes to the graphics. And then the story. The story was amazing in my eyes. I enjoyed every part of the story. The one thing that me and most average agree on is that not all the regions should have been mandatory, which is what they got away from in Odyssey and Origins. You didn't have to visit every single one of those places. Hey, can you just talk really quick? I could grab a drink.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so actually that was a good transition since he was talking about something we agree on. Is definitely it bloated the game out, the fact that you had to go around and it went region after region. Like you couldn't visit all the regions in any order you wanted to. Like you could, but there would be no like main story missions in those regions unless you went back to your main camp and like unlocked the main mission for that region. Then you would go complete that region, go back to your camp, and then unlock the main mission for the next region, and so on and so on and so on. And unless you completed those regions, you were unable to do like the main story with Sigurd and the main story with the Isu and you know and things like that.
So yeah, exactly. And again, you added when we met up last time that Jorvik, Winchester, and London, 3, and you tapped on it in your review as well. 3 of the same exact stories. Uncover, find out their names, assassinate the 3 targets of that city. And it's like, come on. Like it's nothing but filler. Like you could have made two other different storylines for each of the other cities, and it would have been even if they weren't the best storylines, it would have been different, and it wouldn't have been repeated stuff that we expected. We exactly knew what was going to happen as soon as like this, we got to Jorvik, and they were like, so there's 3 people, and you're like, this is going to be like London. You're like, this is going to be London.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I mean, either that or go down the route of just not even having having a couple side missions and stuff out there, a couple mysteries and stuff, but just not even having like real main story mission. Maybe having, making it smaller scale where you go there and you literally go there for a celebration, at one of them or something, and you do just some of the mini games and stuff like that, and and it's completely optional. You don't have to. The main thing, I think, the other thing about making it optional would have been cool is that they could have, by making it optional, they could have made like 3 different endings, or at least 2 different endings. So like one ending where you had all the regions on your side and you're ready to go to war, and then one ending where you're not so much and maybe you lose, and it's kind of like the quote unquote bad end. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have went those routes.
Yeah.
I think would have been cool.
Like they always say that there's like you have multiple different endings, but like the only thing that changed the ending was your interaction with Sigurd throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you could choose to give what's his face his goddamn axe when you slit his goddamn throat, but it's like it was still, obviously you could tell that it had to do with being close to Sigurd, because that was his freaking main man.
Yeah.
Other than Eivor.
Yeah, definitely. No, but I think overall, like you were saying, it's definitely a game that I would recommend, and it's not even, and it's tough because some people are like, oh, would you recommend it to an AC fan? And it's like there are parts of the game that I absolutely recommend to AC fans. Like I think the modern day story is really well done. Dude, I don't know what it is about her though. Is like maybe it was just me, but dude, does she look hit as fuck? Like she looks like she just got out of like rehab or like about to go into rehab, dude. She looked terrible,
right?
Yeah. Like, she had, like, those big old bags under her eyes and stuff, and I was like,
You
damn.
know what I think it was? I think what it was trying to do was show the effects of the other 2 games on her.
Oh, maybe, yeah. But dude, I went back and looked at, like, a screenshot of, like, Origins and Odyssey, yeah. And, like, dude, they just, like, Odyssey and Origins, she looks pretty similar. And then it looks like almost a completely different character model. Like, she aged, like, 15 years
like
almost.
Cracked out, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, she looks hit, like Ratchet, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. It looks like she added like 5-10 years of smoking cigarettes in that freaking room or something.
Yeah, just chain smoking in a closet or something, dude.
But again, I think that was trying to show that the game was, she was getting older. The effects of the stress and of the weird objects of the Isu were having a toll.
Oh, that's right, because the staff had like an effect.
Well, the staff was supposed to preserve, remember?
Yeah.
That's what made her father, was it Poseidon?
Was it Poseidon?
Or no, Pythagoras.
Yes, Pythagoras.
So Pythagoras was their father, and he had the staff, and it preserved him. So I don't know if it was just other stuff also around her, or that she dove into, but I think the whole idea of her looking like that was to show that quite a bit of time still had passed, and that the effects of her time in the Animus is kind of maybe causing her like to age, and like the stress.
Yep, that could be. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm excited for the series going forward, though. I think, like I was saying, I think even if they stick with the RPG elements and all that stuff, I think it's fun. I really want Unity's multiplayer to come back, though. I just want to, like, you know what I mean? Just chill with my boy Keefe and just go around assassins of people. That's all I want to do. We
should both just download Unity again and play the multiplayer.
Oh, dude, I'd be down for that. I'd be down to just play some Unity. Cause that game I love Unity, dude. I started getting pretty smooth with cause that game has the best animation cancellation, so you can like do literally anything you want with parkour. But there's also the whole effect of what I want to do actually is I want to buy the game I want to get the disc version so I can get the unpatched version and play it in 60 FPS on my PS5. Because the unpatched disc version has unlocked frame rates.
Yep.
And
You're back.
Yeah. I'm sorry, my controller turned off. I should turn that thing. I'm gonna remember to turn that off on the next one. I'm gonna make my controller light face me too, so I can see when and if it turns. I keep trying to remember to like push a little button or whatever.
I just checked out. I was watching the stream in the background, and I just did some photo.
Yeah, I know.
Editor.
Yeah, that's what I fast forwarded to that real quick just to get some actual footage on it. But the yeah, I mean,
I like this. I like that outfit that I'm rocking currently. It's
that
like, what I call it is my alternative Thor.
fucking birds, dude. Dude, I got this like absolute brain dead fucking bird at my house, dude, and it just keeps attacking my window. It has for like 3 weeks. It just won't stop.
I feel like birds are doing that right now because it's like coming into spring. So as soon as they see their reflection, they're like thinking it's either a rival bird or a mate, and they're just going right at it.
No, that's what it is. But dude, like this bird is gonna legitimately kill it. Like it hits hard. Like it's thudding on this window, dude.
Whatever.
It's funny though, cause me and my roommate were talking about it the other day, and we were like, I think he hits softer now. I think he's like finally like, man, I might have fucked myself up a little too much. I need to like he doesn't like I can't
a couple concussions.
Yeah, like I can't quite hear him on the other side of the house anymore like I could before. But I can still hear him when like I'm in the same room. Yeah, like, sometimes he'll attack like my back sliding glass door, or sometimes he'll attack like that window right next to my like where my TV is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's great. I just hear him in the background. I don't know if the stream is picking it up or not. I don't think my mic's picking it up, but that's all I can hear in the background. Just thud, 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 thud. Oh
yeah,
man.
So I guess I'll just wrap up. So, I mean, graphics. Like I guess if I'm gonna give numbers again, we'll do. I gave the game a 6 out of 10, and that's because the graphics I'll give an 8 out of 10.
Yep.
Again, I'll play the game just to get some, and take longer just to watch the countryside in England because it's beautiful. It's beautiful in its own way. It's different, than, Egypt was sandy beautiful. Odyssey was like scenery beautiful. England is like foggy England countryside beautiful. It reminds me of home. So
Yeah.
So it's hard not to find it a little bit beautiful when I stop at a little like pond or something, and I'm like, man, this reminds me of a pond right over in the Facts or something.
Yep. No, I think it. I think it reminds. I mean, I not knocking it either. It reminds me of Witcher 3, like in all of the best ways.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I'll give the graphics an 8 out of 10. I'll give the story a 7 out of 10. It was one of the main things that drove me to keep playing the game. I wanted to see each arc of the story, even though some of them were repeated. I still wanted to learn and see which people Eivor was going to be friends with, if I could control that or not. So I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10. The RPG aspect, I'm going to drop down to a 4 out of 10. There's the resource gathering and resource spread and loot spread is minimal. The amount to explore for an RPG is minimal. The exploration feel, unless you turn it to exploration mode, even then, minimal. Luckily, you have a lot to explore. That's one of the things that's giving me the 4 out of the 10. Like I said, resource minimal, but it felt even more minimal than it did in Odyssey, which had it had the green gems, the purple gems, the orichalcum, leather, and then even in Origins you had light leather and heavy leather. So it's like they reduced the amount of resources. I don't know if that was because people were getting tired of the grind to get them or what, but it reduced the RPG feel to me. So again, that reduces the score for that. And then Ubisoft's overall feel for customization at 2 out of 10. They reduced the customization drastically. The runes don't work like they're supposed to. The amount of armor is laughable.
So real quick though, on the armor though, so obviously everybody's, at least from what I'm seeing, his biggest complaint about armor is the fact that, you know, there's whatever 10 sets. I don't remember exactly how many there are, but that's all there is the sets. There's not like the tiered loot anymore, and it's not a looter anymore, and a lot of people don't like that. So I feel like I might be the only person in the community that actually really enjoyed the fact that there were just certain sets, and it wasn't just every person I killed, I'm picking up loot, and then I'm cycling 15 minutes through all that loot, which ones I do and don't like.
Well,
but it does limit the builds and stuff like that. I get that.
Yeah, so not having the ability to change like the hunter, assassin, and warrior thing really, because that's what really made the playthrough unique to me, is adjusting those levels on that gear. And I did enjoy getting loot because I enjoyed the RPG feel of dismantling to get resources. Because I didn't just sell loot all the time. I dismantled a lot to get resources.
Yeah, you know, same. That is my least favorite aspect of RPGs is just constantly. It's like, you know, I mean, probably around like 70% of what you pick up is useless. You know what I mean? So it's like, why pick it up? So that's what I liked actually about Valhalla, but it definitely shortens longevity. You know what I mean? It takes away from the longevity of trying different builds, and like especially people that dedicate their channel to Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. I think that's where like a lot of the vocalness came, is from like, you know, content creators on Assassin's Creed.
I do like the looks though of the armor sets in Valhalla more.
Yeah, they're good.
Sure.
They are good.
I think they need some more Viking style builds. I think a lot of people that play the game agree with that as well. A lot of the stuff is armor, you know what I'm saying? It's shiny armor. And Vikings were very rustic, and animal fur and spikes off of their iron armor and crap like that. So it was like, we want to see more of that, you know, more bear head stuff, and like a freaking I don't know, a gauntlet that looks like a bear paw or a wolf claw or something like that. So I like the looks of the armor, but again, for me, the feel of that, and again, it dropped the fact that there's more armor sets in the Helix store, the pay store, is absurd. It's absolutely probably one of the tipping point for a lot of people, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, I was on the same boat with that for sure.
But me being somebody that plays it so much, I'm actually somebody that buys that stuff anyway, because it's like one of the only series of games that I actually spend additional money on. So we all got to have our limits, and I like Assassin's Creed so much, even though I disagree with a lot of stuff that Ubi has done with the series so far, but I enjoy it enough to still buy it. So maybe that makes me my own worst enemy.
You might be. I think you might be a little bit of a fanboy.
But I enjoy being able to have those armors for the basic. See, I don't buy the whole pack when it comes to the armor sets that they drop. I only buy
just the armor
set itself.
Yep.
so that I can change my armor. I can do my transmog system and be satisfied because I like how my character looks. I'm very picky about how my characters look.
Yeah, dude, the fact that
my
the
RPG games
transmod took like fucking 6 months after the game came out
don't
for
even
it.
get
Yeah.
me started on that. If we gotta move on, don't get me started on that.
No, I know, no, true.
And then to do it the way that they did, where you have to go back to your settlement and pay for it, and after it took that long to drop, that was like the biggest middle finger.
Yeah, I was not impressed, but yeah, no, like you said, we'll move out. We'll move on from that.
Yeah. But I've done. Let me see. Let me go back to. So I guess we'll move on to, since you already talked about it, and it's my next topic as well, Cyberpunk. But I'm gonna step over for my little break, and if you would just want to interlude into it really quick.
Hell yeah. Oh, ladies, gentlemen, we're about to talk about a little bit of Cyberpunk. Oh man, Cyberpunk, and of course CD Projekt Red. We'll talk about all of it at the same time, of course. Now, what I think of Cyberpunk. Well, I mean, my review. Well, I don't know. So, I have a really tough time with reviewing this game, and that's why I haven't put a review out on it, because I played through and beat the entire game, put like 100+ hours on a PS4 Pro. Is how I played it initially before I got my PS5. Now, don't get me wrong, it's night and day difference between the PS4 and the PS5. Well, it's not really night and day different because it's still just the Pro build on the PS5. The only difference really is a 60 FPS instead of 30 FPS, which is what I have playing in the background right now. This is all PS5 footage, but it is from a live stream, so it's a little bit compressed on YouTube and such. So it's not phenomenally. It definitely looks way better in person. There's no arguing that fact. But Cyberpunk. This is where I have to admit that I probably looked at the game with a little bit of rose-tinted glasses the first time I played, because I've been anticipating this game and waiting on this game and like pretty much foaming at the mouth waiting for this game for like 8 years. I didn't buy other games and pre-ordered this game instead. Like that's how much I wanted to play this game. And so I admit that's kind of part of the reason why I didn't want to write a review, because I was like, maybe it's not a fair review, because the shit that CD Projekt Red did is unforgivable. There's no arguing that. They straight up hid the fact that it wasn't it.
I am back.
Oh, welcome back, Kiwi. We're getting into the CD Projekt Red controversy a little bit first, and why I haven't released a review yet, just because I feel like I might have slight rose-tinted glasses when looking at this game.
And have you beat it yet? Have you?
Yeah, I've completely 100'd the game, and I've played through. I got 2 other builds. One of them's like a third of the way through, and then my live stream is a brand new Street Kid view that I'm playing right now. Now,
as excuse me, as somebody who collects trophies, are you gonna get the platinum for it?
On this Street Kid playthrough, I might chase down plat. Because there are a bunch of things that I haven't done yet, because you have to get each ending done and stuff to get a couple of them, and then because I believe there's 7 different endings. 3 of them are pretty similar. One of them's wicked out there, you literally go to the moon and everything, which is cool.
That is out there, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, the road, I've been waiting on this game for 8 years, and I've not made it a secret that I've been waiting on this game for 8 years. So I think I look at the game, especially the first 120 hours that I put in to beat the game on my first playthrough, which was completely on a PS4 Pro before I got the PS5. So listen, when I was on my Pro, the game crashed probably 12 times on 120 hours. But that being said, the other 2 modern day games that I have are, or other more recent games that I played, is Valhalla. That crashed 5 times on me. And what else did I play recently? Gosh, I'm blanking. Outriders. That's crashed on me. But that's a network-based game, so I guess it's a little bit different. But that game crashes on me probably 6 or 7 times now. Know what I've put into that. But again, that's network-based, so that's completely different. Because people can fly or dumb, which we'll get into, and they have you're always online. They don't have an offline mode for some stupid reason. But I mean, that's the way Ubisoft games are now. You're always online. But you can actually play it offline though. Like if you lose internet connection, you can still play.
Half the time their network features
goes down. Yeah, I know, dude. I on your live stream it failed, and like you were like fucking Ubisoft.
Wiccan's always like, you wouldn't be a Valhalla stream if you didn't complete.
Yeah, that's exactly what she put on there. Yeah. But yeah, so that's why I haven't released a review. That, and like I don't really want to release a review until I believe the game is like close to where it should have actually been for release, because it definitely needed a minimum another year in the cooker. It should not have been released when it was released. It wasn't ready.
Same with Valhalla.
Yeah, I think Valhalla's a little closer than Cyberpunk, to be honest. I mean, Cyberpunk, because I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of the videos. There are some horror stories of Cyberpunk, dude. Like it gets real bad.
Is there still game-breaking bugs though? Is there still things that stop people from playing? Because that's still happening in Valhalla.
Yeah, I think it depends. So like, if right now you were to start a brand new playthrough, I don't think you'd have any game-breaking bugs. I think you'd be able to play it beginning to end, no issues. I think that'd be the same thing with Valhalla. I think the people that have are like, you know what I mean? It's already a somewhat corrupted file or a corrupted save. So I don't know if any patch will ever fix the people that have the, because I had, like, I think I told you with my Valhalla, I got like 30 hours in and had to start over, because I did,
but I did because you get 20 saves.
Yeah.
Dude, every time I did something, new save.
Nice.
New save. So when I got my game-breaking bug, which was when I got to London.
Yep.
I just reverted to like one save back or something. Didn't work, so I reverted to another save back. I ended up losing like 3 hours of play, but I got it.
That
so
sucks.
I was like,
I mean, it's good that you got it though. It's better than starting over. Yeah, I didn't have a save.
That's what I'm saying, dude, because I was already like an hour, like 150 hours in or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's still, it's still buggy. Like I mean, like I said, it's not complete. There's still some weird, like there's some weird jank and stuff to it from time to time. The thing is the game is so fucking pretty, dude. Like there's no game out there right now that looks like there's no world in a video game right now that looks like Night City, dude. Like holy fuck, man. Like I shouldn't be swearing this much, but I have no better word to describe it than fuckity fuck, dude. It's insane. Like it's just top tier gorgeousness.
I get probably 2 or 3 different people that message me pictures of Cyberpunk at this point.
Nice, dude. Yeah, it is. It's so. Yeah, it's just pretty, and like some of the stuff, like the NPCs, I think. The problem, like I said, I mean, it needed another year. We can sit here and say what.
I don't mean to rush it, but I wanna try to finish this up in like the next 5 to 10 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes. All right, brother. Make that 15. I think we can make it happen.
Okay.
So I got one more topic after Cyberpunk to talk about. So.
Okay.
All right, so we'll wrap up Cyberpunk or whatever. Cyberpunk's not that big of a topic right now. I mean, it's kind of dying down. It's not as popular in the media now. Everyone's talking about it and stuff on YouTube, which is kind of nice because honestly, I think CD Projekt Red needs a bit of a break. But like I was saying, what they did was unforgivable.
A little bit of out of the radar time.
Yeah, definitely. And they definitely need to just put their nose to the grind and just get the game out, get it ready. I would say probably this holiday season, I think is when Cyberpunk will be like at a point where I would say absolutely go pay for it, even if it was still full price. Like go get it.
Yeah.
There are things about the game that disappoint me because little things like not being able to sit at like a stool. Like those are the reasons why I enjoy a game like Skyrim, because those little itty bitty interactivities. Yeah. And that's what's kind of missing from Cyberpunk. But the game itself is, I really enjoy the combat. I think the combat's fun, like especially you get a katana and you get like a super OP katana, you just start going around slicing heads off. Like it's pretty fun, especially because like you can get like double jump and you can get like double dash and you can slow time down and like there's all kinds of like hacks that you can do. Like you can get people like there's a commit suicide hack, so you can get people to just go around, you hack them and then they blow their head off. Like there's all kinds of like cool little like goofy things like that you can do that you can have fun. And then as far as the main story goes, I really like the main story. I thought it was really good. And even though Keanu Reeves is like the face or whatever, I actually think Keanu Reeves was kind of like one of the worst of the voice actors, honestly. It's just because if you know anything about Keanu, you know he's a super nice guy, and Johnny Silverhand is the complete opposite of who Keanu is. And I think that's always in the back of people's mind, I think, when they hear Keanu's voice, and then they've got like him saying like, "Oh, fuck that hoe, just kill her." And like, I mean, he doesn't say it like that fucking stupid, but like he says shit like that where he just
it's weird to see that coming from like Keanu.
Yeah, especially because it looks like exactly like him.
Yeah, it is like it's him.
Yeah. So that's definitely where that part comes from. But the story is great. I think you can beat the story, and I'd say 30. So you can cruise right through the main story and probably beat it in like 18 hours.
That's pretty dope.
But that's doing absolutely nothing, and if you do that, you only get one ending. Like you have to do other side missions and meet other characters to unlock other endings and stuff. Oh, absolutely. You're gonna put 200 hours in this game, no problem, to 100, because it does have moments like Skyrim where you're exploring the city and you find like a little note and you're like, oh, okay, and then you follow the directions on the note and then it leads to a stash, and like there are
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
There are cool little moments like that, but because Night City's so fucking big, it's like it's more emptiness. You know what I mean?
Well, because you have the city, so there's buildings. There's like a third dimension.
Yep.
To the whole game.
Yep. Exactly. Okay, so wrap this up real quick. Like I said, I think Cyberpunk's great. I think as soon as you can get it, you should definitely get it. I think you'll enjoy it a lot. I think even in the state it's at right now, you'll enjoy it a lot. Especially because if you're starting a brand new playthrough, there's not, as far as I can tell, there's nothing like game breaking. Like you might get the bad luck of getting, a quest that doesn't work right. But like Valhalla,
how many saves can you?
I think there's like 3 quick saves, like 10 manual saves, and then like 3 auto saves.
Okay, that's the manual saves is all I care about. If I can get like more than 5 manual saves.
Yeah, exactly. So there's quite a bit of so you're able to backtrack and stuff like that if you need to. But I only had to do it once in my entire playthrough on a PS4 Pro before the big patches came out, and I was able to get through and didn't have any like I had some like weird things where like I'd be clipping inside of an NPC who's talking to me, so like I'm literally looking at the inside of his skull while I'm supposed to be so I'd have like weird things like that happened, but which is kind of immersion breaking, but it's not game breaking. But the last topic that I do want to talk about is a game that I am super fucking excited for, and it is Hood, Outlaws, and Legends.
Oh yeah, you were mentioning
yes,
that. Sorry.
So that is
with our technical difficulties, we probably would have gotten through it in an hour, but
absolutely would have. It would have been much faster for sure. Okay, so I've got a video to play in the background here, real quick. All right. So Hood, Outlaws, and Legends. Really excited for. I'm really excited for you and I actually for this game. I think this is gonna be our co-op game, dude. Like I watched this probably like a year ago. I saw some like info and trailers on it. So it has a lot of like stealth mechanics and stuff. Like so, it's like the main guy, the Hood, is based on Robin Hood. So it's the whole like loop is basically you infiltrate a fortress, stealth or loud, but stealth is definitely more preferred and easier, I guess, because you don't have a lot of like hit points that you can take. But the main thing is you infiltrate, and then it's basically a heist in medieval time. You get the loot, but first you got to get the key from the I think he's called like the Warden, I think is what he's called. And the Warden can't be killed. You can knock him down and stuff like that, but you can't kill him. So he's always on the map, and he's like the big baddie or whatever that's always on patrol. And you steal the key to get into like the treasure room, and then you steal the loot. But the twist is there's another team out there, so it's PvEVP. So there's another team of 4 that are also going after the loot, and they can either
do you fight them?
Yeah, like so they can attack you, or they can just strictly, you can strictly do PvE and just avoid people, you know what I mean, and stay stealth and stuff like that, or you can choose to engage with the other team. Like you can make it like
that's interesting, because if there's like one really good spot to like hide from the baddie, and then all of a sudden you drop down and there's another team right there.
Yeah.
It like instantly becomes a shit show, because you got to fight them while being quiet, and then all of a sudden you have all the other people notice you.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna be interesting, dude.
And then there's like some cool stuff, like some of the mechanics that I've seen are similar to like some Assassin's Creed games over the years. So that's another reason why I like it, is like the mechanics will feel familiar and stuff like that. And it just looks dope. I think the aesthetic overall just looks fucking cool. Who doesn't love Robin Hood? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Especially like a really gothic, like gritty looking Robin Hood. Like I'm all about it.
Like look at that dude.
Yeah, it's fucking. That's him. That's like the main guy right there with the bow. Like that's the Hood guy.
Yeah.
But there's the Hood. Then there's the Huntress, who has like this is the next chick, is the Huntress actually. She has like a crossbow that can be used like a hidden blade, or it can be used to shoot people. And then there's the soldier, I think this guy is. No, blacksmith. He's like the tank.
Yeah, so you got a tank, and then you can have like you get their attention, and then
Yeah.
you have your Huntress and your Hood or whatever, just freaking arrow people out.
Yep, and then the last guy is like a what the heck is he called? He's not a mage, but like he's like a monk. He has like some magic and stuff like that, but he's more like a monk type of thing, more rather than like a mage. And then he has like that sick like flail thing. I'm trying to remember what they're called.
Oh yeah, cool. Is he a friar? Is that what they call him?
Oh, that maybe that's what it is. Yeah. It's more like religion than it is like magic, but there is some magic involved.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's your magic character though. And then his flail is sick as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Took.
The
Marianne.
Hood is the best.
The Hood, dude, the Hood is so like, yeah, I mean there's something about Hood, like that's always my favorite, is like any game I play, I always look for like a hooded outfit.
Yeah, it's always dope.
But yeah, this game
all about that thief style.
Yeah, and I think this will be a game, because I know you're not huge into like PvP. I know that's not like really your style. You're more of a PvE laid back type of guy. But I think this is a game that you and I could have fun playing together and still kind of be laid back, but a little sweaty, a little aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Division, or we didn't get to talk about it today, but Outriders. We'll talk about that on the next stream and stuff. And I stream that every week.
I need to get myself back into the Division. We should have like one Division stream.
Yeah, no, I'm always down to do some Division. I think we were pretty close to the same level. I don't remember how far apart we were.
Yeah, but no,
were we on this? I think we were on the same world tier. Yeah, I think we were.
Yeah, because you got me. You just kept dropping.
That's right. I remember that. Yeah.
You're like, here, take this. But yeah, if we jump on, we still got to do the manhunt, Aaron Keener manhunt.
Oh yeah, we haven't gone to New York yet. That's right. I haven't done New York at all. That's right. That's where I left off. So I haven't done any of the New York expansions yet.
All of a sudden, like I jumped off of that and started doing streaming. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was fun. This was fun, man.
Yeah,
like we're gonna try and do it every Monday. Hopefully, all goes as planned. We'll be a little bit more organized each week after each week. Eventually, we'll get on Spotify, things like that. I mean, if all goes as planned, we'll see. Let's not jump to any conclusions yet.
Yeah, we'll check it out. We'll keep doing it for a little bit. We'll see how it feels, how people like it. Hopefully, whoever saw, got a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of knowledge out of it. That's all we hope for.
Yeah, there's we got a few likes on here, so a couple people stopped in and out. They popped in and out. As the most we had were 5 viewers, but it's the first week. We're a couple unheard of channels. So, but other than that, guys, hey, if you liked what you saw, definitely feel free to drop into either Keefe's Corner or Most Average Gaming, and check out Keefe's Corner. Is more of an RPG, laid back, open world kind of guy. He's also the exploit king when it comes to Skyrim, man. This guy, you want to load an exploit, this guy's pretty much got them all. He's like, what would you say? Like, you got to be like 85% of all the exploits, I would say. You're pretty close.
And that, again, I learn one pretty much every time I play.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. There's always, I mean, with a Bethesda game, there's always another exploit. Let's be real. But
dude, you gotta definitely check out me plattering.
yeah, I'm gonna check that platter one out later, definitely. But
I don't know where it is, but yeah, it's funny as shit.
Yeah, definitely. And I have to check out the impersonator too. I look at that.
Yep.
But all right, guys. As always, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see future content, and stay safe, stay healthy, go out there and make some average plays, my friends.
Happy gaming, my